Nick's gonna ever keep it down.
What up, players? It's the morning after with Nick and Big J. Welcome to Thursday, the 12th day of June, 2025. My name is Nick. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Big J.
Hello.
Hey, Big J.
What's up?
Happy Thursday to you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Are you excited for this weekend? It's like lurking around the corner at this point,
It's
peeking around.
Thursday's a lurking day.
How are you, it says.
Hey, man. A lot of stuff going on. Father's Day weekend.
Yeah, you do anything for Father's Day?
Not really, no. The Maddie and Adair are going to be out of town, so it's going to be kind of sparse around the house. But the kids did give me a Father's Day present.
Oh, what'd you get?
So they hooked me up with some AirPods Max, AirPods Pros, earbuds.
Why are you explaining to me like I don't know what they are?
Because you looked at me like you were
understand.
dumb.
I understand what AirPods are. I'm
I'm
surprised, however, that you enjoy the in-the-ear speakers because I can't stand them.
Yeah, they've come a long way. Well, see, here's the thing: is these are noise canceling.
Sure.
So that is another step. And whatever. Give Apple some credit on this. When it comes to their devices, like they connect seamlessly, like connecting my controller to my Xbox.
You're becoming an Apple bot. You're transforming before
you don't have
our
a
eyes.
choice. They don't give you a choice. They make everything so goddamn difficult that you have to.
Well, you don't have to. I've avoided
it makes it. No. I mean, if you're in the.
Yes, but I
am. I did this for the damn family.
I still love that you're carrying around two phones, though.
Much like because I'm not transferring Animation Throwdown over to that iPhone. It's a terrible process. It is the worst process.
You have a phone just so that you can continue to play a mobile game, and you carry it around with you everywhere you go.
Well, I use the other one for filming and doing stuff.
Oh, okay.
So,
the iPhone's not good for that?
No, it is, but I use both at the same time for various things. It comes in handy. But yeah, I'm not letting that thing. Adam Schefter.
Okay. All right.
But one's not connected to
anything.
I can hotspot it if I need. But it was a very nice present from them because it wasn't
That's awesome.
cheap. And so I appreciated it, and they're pretty cool.
Very nice. Congratulations. And your daughters did a great job. Well done. And today on the show, we say well done to you, as Big J will give you a nerd alert. That's going to happen over the course of the program today. We're going to talk a little bit about the longest day and the Alzheimer's Association of Greater Idaho. It's, of course, a very important month here in the Treasure Valley and abound to make sure that we get up some research, make sure we raise some awareness for Alzheimer's, and we're going to talk all about it and some really cool events happening very soon that you can help out here in the Treasure Valley. We also have an opportunity for you to get qualified in one of the last two chances for the X's Rockstar remodel, as we got ourselves a opportunity to guess that grunt coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. And, of course, the usual We're Going to Hell and headlines and all sorts of fun. So should be a good Thursday show. Buckle in and hang on. Rage Against the Machine. Kicking things off here on the morning after with Nick and Big J on the X Rocks.
News. Important stuff.
Newsfeed.
On the morning after with Nick and Big J.
If you are looking for a gig, you need a job, you gotta make it work. There's a pretty cool hiring event taking place today. It's happening from 9:30 in the morning until noon at the State of Idaho Chinden campus. That's located at 11351 West Chinden Boulevard. Job seekers are expected to gather at Building 6 in the conference room, but it's a pretty big deal. Like, all of the major kind of like employers in Idaho are going to be there. Things like Ada County Human Resources, Bogus Basin, Boise School District, City of Boise, Idaho Power, Idaho Transportation Department, Key Bank, Omega Tech Labs, which I think is that where you went when you were doing health lab tests?
No.
I thought that sounded familiar. American Airlines, a bunch of others as well. They are event range from accounts payable roles to operations specialists, all sorts of stuff. So if you're looking for a full-time job, this might be a really cool place to go today. For a complete list of employers that are going to be there, and you can view a map of location, just check out the Labor Department's calendar. You go to labor.idaho.gov. And you can check there under their job seeker tab, and you can see everything that's going on today at the job hiring event that's happening from 9:30 to noon. So that's in just a few hours. So if your alarm's going off and you're like, man, I need a gig, hop in that shower, get yourself all dolled up, and go down there, bring your resume or two. Big J likes to bring a headshot, but that's not required. And so if you want to go in there and check that out, then you're good to go, man. Maybe, just maybe, you could get your dream job today. and I wish you the best of luck. Big J, are you watching the 2025 U.S. Open Championship for golf?
I don't think so.
It's going to get underway today at the Oakmont Country Club in Pennsylvania. Golfers have been preparing themselves for the 72-hole tournament because the course is notoriously difficult. It's one of the hardest ones in the last decade. And all eyes are on Scotty Scheffler, Big J. He's won 3 times in his past 4 starts, including his 3rd career major, the last time they had a major at the PGA Championship. So can Scotty get it done? We shall see. Because Scotty doesn't know, but maybe you will, Big J. And you can watch it. Of course, the weekend is going to be all full of golf. If you want to check out the U.S. Open, you're certainly inclined to do so. Congratulations to Conan O'Brien, Big J. He is among the 2025 Television Hall of Fame inductees, along with Viola Davis, Henry Winkler, Ryan Murphy, Mike Post, and Don Mishler. The longtime late-night host will be honored for his outstanding contributions to TV over his career. The Television Hall of Fame was established in 1984. The induction ceremony will take place on August 16th. I guess my only question is, this almost seems like disrespect to Henry Winkler.
Why so late?
Exactly. The dude was an icon for television in the 60s and 70s. Why are we waiting until now? Is it because of Barry? Because, you got Ryan Murphy, who's really started being famous for American Horror Story, which is like a decade ago, and he's getting in.
That's crazy.
It's like, damn. But hey, listen, anytime Henry Winkler can get some nods, I'm cool with it. So congratulations to Conan O'Brien as well. Viola Davis, probably one of the greatest of all time as well, while we're thinking about it out loud. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your first round of important stuff. It is the X Rocks sex type thing here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. And once again, we have been sent to issue you guys a warning. As for the 3rd time this year in 2025, we have another situation that went down not too far away from here, Big J, Yellowstone National Park. Specifically in the Old Faithful area. Once again, Big J, somebody that was visiting the park thought they should get a really close-up picture of a wild animal. How do you think that went, Big J?
It's usually not good.
Yeah.
Especially depending on the wild animal. What was it?
A bison.
Oh, damn. They are cranky.
Yeah, and
I don't like it.
30-year-old man from New Jersey found out the hard way. Around 9:45 in the morning on Tuesday, apparently a larger group of visitors approached the animal too closely, and nothing spooks animals more than a bunch of people moving, because none of us are probably quiet and we're all doing things, and they think they're like teddy bears, but that's not how this works. So as they were getting close, the bison was like, all right, I've had it up to here with all this. Charge! And took out the 30-year-old dude from Randolph, New Jersey. He was treated for his wounds, minor injuries, but still not a great way to spend your Tuesday morning at Yellowstone National Park. It was the 2nd bison attack so far this spring. It happened on May 7th, the last one, when a 47-year-old man from Florida sustained minor injuries from another bison goring. Of course, bison are the animals responsible for the most visitor injuries in Yellowstone, because they run at 35 miles an hour, and when you weigh 2,000 pounds, it's like getting hit by a car.
Yeah, they're also pissed at what we did to their ancestors and almost making them extinct.
Right. And people think, oh, they just eat grass. They're not after me. But no, they're not. But they don't want you in their space either, bro. So if you're unfamiliar, there are regulations at Yellowstone that require you to maintain a minimum distance of 25 yards from any piece of wildlife there in Yellowstone. And if you get closer than that, odds are things won't turn out well for you. So a friendly reminder, hey man, keep your distance. These are beautiful, majestic animals. I get it. I understand why you would want a selfie, but is it worth a concussion or, having to get rushed into surgery because you had a bison antler stuck in your thigh or something, right?
Yeah, no.
Do bison have antlers?
Yeah,
Did I just make that
horns.
up?
They got little horns.
Okay.
I don't know what they're called, though.
I was trying to come up with a scenario, and I'm like, I don't know if they even have antlers that would poke you. Point is, bison can hurt you. I'm not a bison expert, Big J. I don't pretend to be one. Mm-hmm. I'm barely putting sentences together at this point, but I am trying to tell you, stay away from wildlife at Yellowstone National Park. I beg of you. Have you ever been to Yellowstone?
Yes.
Have you seen wild animals like that up and close and personal? You didn't
no,
get
we
to
just
see?
drove through.
Got it. Okay.
I haven't been to the park to do camp or do any of that stuff or go see the Old Faithful or anything like that.
Oh, you didn't even stop to see Old Faithful?
No. But I would. I'm like I wouldn't. I don't think that would be one of the things I would I gotta go see the bison.
I mean, it is beautiful. I do recommend that you get out of your vehicle and check out some Yellowstone stuff. I've been there a couple times. Old Faithful is really, really cool. Some of the bison stuff is really cool. I've never camped there either, but I have gotten out and done some hiking and kind of looked around and checked it out, and it's gorgeous.
I've had my close encounter with wild animals as a kid, and I was just talking about this with my sister, who recently moved to town. They're building a house here, and so she had, when I was a kid and 5, I went over, she was in the United States Army, and she was serving in Germany, and so my mom flew us over there to go meet her in London. And we went to the London Safari, Nick. The London Safari, you can go in a bus and see everything, or you can take your own car. And we took our own car, and we got chased by a tiger who attacked the car.
That's right.
And it's something I'll never, ever forget, even though I was 5 years old. It's the closest I need to come to that kind of wild animal.
Was your sister in the car with you? Did she remember it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and she was screaming. And then
did it scar her as much as it scarred you?
Not quite.
Got it.
No, because I was in the back seat.
Your brain was still forming, and you were building core memories at this point.
She was screaming. Mark was like, get a picture.
But it certainly can be a dangerous thing. This is not a safari in London, of course. There's not tigers chasing after you at Yellowstone National. But if you get too close, you will get your ass kicked. It's it's just like if you get too close to Old Faithful, your ass is going to get burnt up. I mean, it's something you need to know.
You'll disappear from the earth.
There's reasons these restrictions are in place. It's not just for fun. It's to keep you safe, because when we're left to our own devices, we do dumb stuff like try to take selfies with bison. And so this is why they are telling you not to do that stuff. Please heed their warning and ours. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your Yellowstone update. Big J's got a nerd alert for you. It's next on the X Rocks.
Here's traffic inside the TDS Fiber traffic.
Make talk.
The best in tech and gaming. Big J's Nerd Alert on 100.3 The X Rocks.
Yeah, Nick. You know what? Over this last week, Nintendo had a huge console release, and that's their latest gaming console, the Switch 2. And it's made a remarkable debut, selling over 3.5 million units worldwide in the first 4 days since the June 5th launch. Now, that makes the $449.99 Switch 2 the fastest-selling system in the company's history, a strong start towards Nintendo's goal of 15 million sales by March of 26. Now, the new console boasts enhanced features, including a larger high-definition screen, faster processor, redesigned Joy-Con 2 controllers with mouse functionality. It launched with the flagship title Mario Kart World, as well as other first and third-party games, and will soon see the exclusive Donkey Kong Bonanza on July 17th. So despite initial pushback over the price tag, Nintendo remains confident in Switch 2's performance, with the company president praising the enthusiasm and fun fans are already experiencing with the new system. And as you'll learn later here in Nerd Alert, that's the cheaper of the future handheld things that are coming out.
But this is what we do. This is America. We spend
America.
6 months bitching and complaining about the cost of it, and then we all buy them anyway, and then that causes companies to continue to raise prices, and then we get angry at it. It's a really weird cycle.
I don't think the other stuff is being raised because of this. I just think some stuff is just bleeping expensive.
No, I understand what you're saying, but they're clearly making a profit on this, Big J. They're not doing it for fun or charity. So, I mean, what dictates how much they will charge is how much we're willing to pay. And we complain about it, but then we throw down the money for it all the time.
We want the cool stuff.
We do this with every console, though.
Yeah.
I can't believe games are this much. I can't believe a console costs this much. When I can't wait till I get in line so I can throw down my $600 at it.
Certainly if this were 10 years in the past, it wouldn't cost this much. That's just the rule of inflation and how life works. It is official, Nick. The video game voice actor and performer strike is over. The Screen Actors Guild, American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, SAG-AFTRA, confirmed it had reached a tentative agreement on the interactive media contract earlier this week, potentially bringing to an end almost a year of industry action across the video game industry. Now, SAG-AFTRA has formally suspended strike action as of yesterday. The video game strike was instigated back in July of 2024 after the union and the major gaming companies, Activision, Blindlight, Disney, Character Voices, Electronic Arts, Epic Games, etc., they sit on the board, failed to agree on AI provisions. Over 98% of the members subsequently voted to strike. So while the union hasn't quite signed off on everything yet, there is a special meeting later today to consider the agreement. If all goes well, the paperwork will be sent out in the union's membership for ratification. So hopefully that happens. Now, that has caused a bunch of issues in the industry with slowing game development. Got a bunch of studios that have closed shop since this whole thing has gone out, so that's not good. It doesn't affect, like, say, Rockstar's release of Grand Theft Auto 6. That was never part of the deal. They had a separate thing going on for that, so they were okay there. But hopefully things get back to doing it, and they've protected their rights.
Does it say who won or what the
agreement
is?
I don't know.
I did Union buckle say. Or did the okay?
I did not say. There might be a little bit of both on that.
Sure, usually is.
As I was mentioning over the weekend here, Xbox had a state of gameplay, and they dropped a couple big pieces of news. A couple of handhelds that they have been promising are coming out. So Xbox branded handhelds. Asus and Xbox teamed up to do a drop of a pair of sleek new handhelds. The ROG Ally and the beefier Ally X, aimed straight at gamers who want their Game Pass fix on the go. These Windows 11 powered portables boot straight into a custom Xbox style interface and pack enough power to run full-fledged PC games plus cloud and remote play. The Ally X steps things up with more RAM, bigger storage, and an upgraded display, all tucked into a grip-friendly shell that feels more like an Xbox controller than a brick. Now, here's what makes it stand out from the other stuff that's out there, because there's other PC handhelds, Nick. The Steam Deck, the Lenovo has a Legion. Asus has other options there. The grips on this look just like Xbox grips.
Okay.
And it is heavier than all of the other handhelds together. It's almost 1.5 pounds. So it's pretty beefy. It's packed and loaded, and any game is going to be able to work in here, whether it's in the Steam universe, Epic, GOG, any of those things. It's all going to work on this. That's pretty incredible. Plus a separate whole Xbox Pass type of thing. It's pretty incredible what they've dumped into all of this, and I'm looking forward to it. I plan on trying to pick one of these up, though they are going to be pricey. No price has been revealed yet, but they're looking for 2025 holiday season to have these out.
Okay. So I haven't looked. Does it look? So it looks like a controller, and then has like a big kind of display in the middle.
Yeah. It's about this. It's about this big.
Got it. Okay.
And it's pretty beefy now. It's got an Xbox button. It's all the things you'd expect from your Xbox.
All cloud based, so you can pull your games off of there.
You can pull them off of the cloud base or anything. And the thing I like about this over the Steam Deck is the Steam Deck. My daughters have a Steam Deck, and they like it okay. And I mess with it a little bit, but I prefer having the freedom to go onto Windows and do other Windows things on this. That would be pretty cool, and a reason why I wouldn't mind picking this up. But it's going to be pricey. We're talking, you're probably entry level, just with the ROG Xbox Ally is going to be $800.
Well, start saving, Big J. You got bike payments to make too.
God damn, you're right.
Morning After with Nick and Big J.
You have to put me back into reality.
There's Big J's Nerd Alert. We got ourselves some important stuff, and we're going to hell next on the X Rocks.
Important stuff.
Launch newsfeed.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Big J, I don't think I need to have to tell you that beards are pretty trendy right now, my friend.
They have been for a little bit.
I mean, yeah, it's been probably about a decade or so, but you can't swing a dead cat and you'll hit somebody that has a beard. I guarantee it. But
especially in this studio.
yeah. Well, I don't know if I call myself a beard, but I understand what you're saying.
Facial hair.
Yes, facial hair for sure. But it probably shouldn't surprise you as well that the University of Leicester over in England has spent the last decade doing some research on the world of beards. And Big J, would you be shocked to find out that people that have beards, and we're talking full-on beards, the kind of beards that you think of when you think beard, they're pretty gross, Big J. They had done over 10 years of studies, and they found things that basically beards are just a straight-up gross environment for microbial populations and all sorts of gross, because listen, they're warm, they're moist, and that's where bacteria likes to harbor, that's where fungi likes to live. And so beard hygiene is a real thing. Now, there's lots of different things out there now for people that have beards, but the study also found that people do a pretty piss-poor job cleaning their beard and making sure that it's actually taken care of and washed, and their face around where their beard is cleaned properly as well. Some people just think, well, I got my beard, I'll clean my beard, but there's skin underneath there, Big J, you understand?
What?
And so they have noticed the increase in what they call beard dander, Big J, which is essentially looks like dandruff coming off of a beard. And that's basically dry skin because people don't take care of the skin underneath their beard. And that has reached an all-time high. So you got to make sure you moisturize, you got to make sure you wash on the daily, and you got to make sure you groom on a regular basis to make sure your beard isn't this harbor for bacteria, fungi, and gross things. They're not saying it's making you sicker because odds are you're getting used to it, but it doesn't mean you're not gross. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You need to, like, the part about the skin that's really important is the beard oils. Like, that's not for the beard hair necessarily, but it's for more your skin, your pores, and where the beard hair is growing from. So that's really important. Those products are important, and you need to, shampoo and condition, all that stuff that you normally do with your head hair.
Right. You need
and
to
your back hair.
take care. You need to take care of it. So make sure that you do so, and try to make your beard a little less gross.
I don't think there's any back hair oils yet.
So there's a market that's waiting to be tapped into, Big J. Let's make it happen. Big J, if you've been watching the NBA Finals, you've seen Pacers coach Rick Carlisle and Thunder coach Mark Denegat and their respective staffs wearing team quarter zip shirts and regular pants. Now, that's a far cry from the days of coaches like Pat Riley who were dressing in expensive suits on the sideline. And if the coaches have their way, never going back to suits, baby. Carlisle, of course, is the longtime president of the National Basketball Coaches Association. And he says, we've had several votes over the last few years, and it's well over 80% to 20% in favor of a little bit more of a casual look on the sidelines as opposed to a professional suit. Big J, do you have a preference as to what you want the coaches to wear in any sport for that matter? Do you care what they wear on the sidelines of football or on baseball? Baseball, the goofy baseball rules have to be in uniform, which is bonkers.
Here's what I like about football is it's pretty much based on the personality of the coach, right? There's not a rule. Obviously, you've had you had Belichick was known as the hoodie, right? Because he wore a hoodie all the time.
That's right.
And you've got guys who will look sharp. I mean, Hank Stram used to wear a suit, to jack. I mean, he looked sharp in that.
Yeah, Lombardi back in the 60s.
Right.
I mean, that also kind of changed with the times as well.
But I think, and then, let's see, the new coach for the Patriots, Vrabel, he's got a vest thing that he does, and he looks sharp. I mean, I enjoy the fact that they do their own personality and how they are in their life is how they dress on the sideline. I'm down with that.
Yeah, everybody's kind of in the windbreaker mode these days. It's like everybody's wearing kind of like a team kind of pullover or that kind of thing is usually the way that it looks, and that's fine. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think anybody needs us to be in a gigantic three-piece suit in order to be a coach on the sideline.
Especially and I'm focusing on football here because it's an outdoor sport, and so the seasons change and the temperatures are different, so there's different stuff that they can wear.
If we're gonna make a rule, I would love everybody to adapt the baseball rule. I want to see everybody in uniform. I think that would be absolutely hilarious. Let's see the NBA coaches suit up and put a number on themselves.
That's dumb.
Let's get the football coaches in pads.
This isn't semi-pro, okay?
No, I think it'd be hilarious.
Not coming off the court to play the game.
Hilarious. Big J, Jack Black is about to receive the prestigious King of Comedy Award at the 2025 Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, making him only the second person ever to earn that honor. Adam Sandler, the previous King of Comedy, won the award back in 2023. Of course, Jack will accept the Silver Blimp Trophy live on stage in Santa Monica, California on the 21st during the annual award show. That will then air on a loop on Nickelodeon until the end of time. Of course, that probably means he's going to be slimed, but he's had a pretty big run of kids' movies over the last couple of years that make him incredibly popular with the Nickelodeon crowd. Of course, he's been Kung Fu Panda for 5 movies. He, of course, was in the Super Mario Brothers movie that was a gigantic hit, and then the biggest grossing movie of the year so far, Minecraft, as well. And so it's certainly understandable why the kids are leaning into Jack Black, and everything he touches turns to gold recently, so why not give him the King of Comedy Award, Big J?
Damn right.
I'll give you $1 if you know who the host of the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards is, and then more importantly, you can identify what they're famous for.
Okay, well, now you lost me. I would have guessed, like, Rob Gronkowski.
A couple years ago was Gronkowski. Last year was John Cena. This year, it's Tyler. Who's Tyler?
Oh, Tyler?
Yeah, do you know who?
I have not a damn clue. Is that a dude or a lady?
I think it's a lady, but I don't know. It must be a musical artist. Musical
artist or like YouTuber or something.
Very well be. Maybe she's
TikTok
an influencer
dancer.
of some kind. But no idea who that is. But congratulations on getting the Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Award hosting gig. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. We're going to go to hell next on the X.
At 3, the X rocks.
Back to Florida for today's We're Going to Hell story, Big J.
Uh-oh.
Lady Lake, Florida. That's right outside Orlando.
That sounds awful.
Is where we're going. for today's We're Going to Hell story. It's a retirement community.
I thought that's what Florida was.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. But, it's one of those places where you have to be of a certain age in order to take up residence in it. And that's
like
where
Del Boca Vista.
Yeah, Del Boca Vista. And so it is a place, and now we don't have these anymore, so I don't feel like I have to explain the concept of it, but it's been a while since there's been one in the Treasure Valley. But if you're familiar with the world of Costco, perhaps you'll understand what a Sam's Club is, right?
Yeah, we used to have one.
Yeah, it was right next door to the Walmart that is in Nampa, right off of Garrity.
Yeah.
I believe it's now a university, but it used to be a Sam's Club, and it essentially is like a Costco. It's the Walmart version of that. You needed a membership to go in. They sell things in bigger portions. They sell things in bulk. It's an opportunity for you to save yourself some money, at least in theory. And so it's a Sam's Club near Orlando that we're going to initially for this, and it revolves around a 70-year-old man, Big J.
I'm an old man.
A 70-year-old man had gone into a Sam's Club and was meandering around. People are able to do that. His name is Patrick Mitchell, but he had done something that basically you're not supposed to do in any grocery store, let's be honest. He wandered into aisle 18 of Sam's Club and kind of set up a spot right next to the pallets of Spam and the pallets of Vienna sausages. So he's right there in the really bad for you processed meat side.
Canned meats.
Of Sam's Club. And he does what anybody would do, Big J. He drops trowel and he just starts urinating. All right? And so there is a lady that's also there that walks by and goes, "Oh my God, is that guy peeing in the Sam's Club?" Time to whip out the phone. Took a picture of it and then walked up to the front desk and was like, "Hey, this guy's peeing in aisle 18." And so that's when security shows up. And of course, Patrick had moved on since that point. But there definitely was evidence, Big J, of bodily fluids
nice puddle
and around that particular area. So they call the police, and they're kind of keeping an eye on him. He's still meandering around Sam's Club. Police show up. They review the footage, and they see him by the pallets with both hands in front of him below the belt line. I don't have to tell you, Big J, that's behavior consistent with urination.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're able to figure out who this person is because, much like Costco, Big J, you can't get into Sam's Club without flashing an identification that has your picture and information on it.
Yeah.
So right away, they're like, okay, this is Patrick Mitchell from Lady Lake, Florida. And so basically they were able to arrest him there because they were able to track him down. Now, Big J, we're going to play a game of the prices right here. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
He urinated on two pallets. One was a pallet of Spam. The other was a pallet of Vienna sausage. How much value was ruined from him urinating on these two products?
$1,500.
You're way under.
Oh, way under?
Way under.
$5,500?
You're still way under.
$12,500.
You're closer now. Combined value of the products, $10,584.
That's inflation, brother.
And 54 cents for Spam and Vienna sausage. Now that's a lot. But he has been arrested, Big J, of course. That is not legal to do. You cannot just relieve yourself anywhere you want to. Disorderly conduct, criminal mischief were the charges. The later counts of felony because the damage exceeded $3,000. Now he's facing a bunch of stuff. Apparently, Mitchell had just moved to the area. He's from Long Island, New York. He sold his house in December of last year for $620,000 and then moved down to Florida. And according to some neighbors and friends, Patrick likes to imbibe in the alcoholic beverages a little bit. So he's retired. He's 70 years old. He may have gotten into the juice a little bit early and then needed to relieve himself and was like, this case of Spam is just as good as anywhere, I suppose. When nature calls,
So what do they do with the pallet?
Throw it away. It's garbage.
No, you can't just throw it away.
Well,
Those
that's why
things
they're
are sealed up. You give them away. Like, wash outside of it.
Do
I
you
get
want
not selling
covered Spam?
I get not selling it, okay? But you shouldn't just let that go to waste.
I don't know anybody that would want to take it
Like,
free
was
or
he
not.
doing the sprinkler thing and spraying it down, or what? It was just next to it? Like, that's wasteful.
Well, here, I believe they would say it's damaged goods and ask for a refund and a returned product, but Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to take pee-covered food to a shelter? That seems cruel as well.
You can wash it. I mean, it's not like it's stained forever.
All right. Hey,
It's
listen,
not
guys.
forever unclean.
If you have anything that's pee-covered that's canned, drop it off at Big J's desk, and he will wash it and take care of it, because apparently that's something he's comfortable
No, you're
doing.
being ridiculous.
I don't want to touch anybody else's pee-covered stuff.
Well, I also don't want to be in a situation where I have to rely on the generosity of others either. But sometimes, why waste all that and let it go to waste?
I mean, I understand what you're saying. I still think, like, if
Don't
there's...
tell them it's been peed on. They won't know the difference.
That also seems cruel. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your We're Going to Hell story. A bonus We're Going to Hell, courtesy of Big J. He's happy giving people pea-covered food.
Yes.
We will have an opportunity to talk about something very important that Big J and I know a lot about. That's next to the X Rocks. Leave here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. And Big J, the results are in. Specifically from the place called Seating Masters. It's a restaurant kind of like, review service that looks at a whole bunch of Yelp reviews. And they have revealed, Big J, the best French fries in the United States of America based on the fast food or the chain restaurant kind of things. And they talked about what scored the best and what scored the worst, at least based on Yelp reviews. And I want to get your take on it because I'm sure I have lots of opinions as well. But we'll go from the bottom up. Number 10, Checkers and Rallies. I don't remember them enough to have an opinion on these, but I remember
it's a crinkle fry.
Is it? Okay, yeah, because I remember eating them when I lived in Florida, but not enough to make an impact in my life. Number 9 is Hardee's. That essentially is also Carl's Jr., so something to keep in mind about that. Number 8 is Arby's. Number 7 is Zaxby's. I've never heard of that. I cannot help you. Number 6 is Raising Cane's. Number 5 is Chick-fil-A. Number 4 is Bojangles. Number 3 is Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers. Number 2 is Shake Shack. And the number 1 fry in the United States of America is In-N-Out Burger, according to this particular
that must
service.
make you so angry.
It does make me angry.
I don't get it. It's a potato. It's straight from the damn field, practically.
That's what. Here's my problem with. It's not that they're not fresh. It's that I just don't like the way that they cook them.
Just ask them to extra.
Everybody says that.
Ask them to make it crispier.
I've done the well done fries. It does not help. I just don't like the fries. And now listen, this is all subjective. So I'm right. You're right. It doesn't matter what we like or what we don't like. It's all a personal preference kind of thing. But I do believe that not a vast majority of people, but I think that there is a underlying current of people that agree that In-N-Out Burger's fries aren't that great. It surprises me that it's the number 1 in the world. Even crazier to me, however, is that McDonald's is near the bottom of the list, which is almost famous for their French fries almost more than anything else. I would think it'd be in the upper echelon. But then again, I'll say it before, I'll say it again. All of this stuff is based on Yelp reviews, and people that do Yelp reviews are a special kind of crazy. So these are
it's like a profession for some of these people.
It's a commitment that they make to make. I mean, really, you only go on Yelp to bitch about something is what it really boils down to. And so you have to weed through some of these things to find out actual accurate Yelp reviews. And so that can become a bit of an issue as well. But listen, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't see the love for In-N-Out. I don't see the hate for McDonald's. I also don't. I mean, Wendy's isn't on there at all. Burger King and KFC also near the bottom of the list. Are there any out there that you feel are missing from this particular list?
I don't know, because I'm not a super fry guy. Like, that's not, but I'll say this, and this is one of those things that I probably is also controversial, is like, I don't mind a floppy fry.
Oh, I hate them.
Especially for dipping. So, like, Wingstop fries, I love them. Because
I don't think I've ever had them.
They're a softer fry. They're not crispy. And I love them because they're great for picking up blue cheese dip.
Yeah, I'm not much of a dipper, so that also
that's kind of the one thing. But again, it's like with any of this stuff, it's just it depends on when your fries were made and how crispy they are. I think for a lot of the fast food restaurants,
it's true. But I'm surprised. Like we've talked before about curly fries, like Jack in the Box. I think has got some good ones if you get them. Arby's made the list. I'm surprised Jack in the Box didn't. Also, don't see Wendy's on there at all in any way, shape, or form.
But their new fresh fry policy, right?
I know.
I think that's weird.
And then Culver's. I love Culver's fries, crinkle cut as well. I mean, the cheese curds are a must-have.
I've never had the Freddy's fries because I'll always get their cheese curds because I think they're the best.
So
cheese curds.
It certainly is a lot to choose from and a lot of debate to be had, but at least according to Yelp, In-N-Out has the best fries in the country, and I think that's bonkers. But hey, to each their own. Whatever makes you happy, eat whatever fries you want. Morning After with Nick and Big J coming up in a few minutes. Some important stuff as well as your Pop Culture Smackdown. It's the X Rocks.
Here's traffic.
Man, she a legend.
Important stuff.
What's going on in the news today?
The Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff brought to you by T Mazda and the pre-owned superstore. Getting financed at T Mazda even easier than ever, thanks to a little website called GoTeamCredit.com. Everybody gets pre-approved, no effect on your credit. Try it. Log on to GoTeamCredit.com and get started today. Big J, things are pretty bleak when it comes to people that are working in the American workforce, at least over the last 3 months. They did a survey specifically of American hourly workers. That are those that work at an hourly rate, Big J. Maybe you're not considered a salaried employee. Perhaps these are even full-time employees, not just part-time employees, but there's plenty of full-time employees, Big J, that work hourly and that aren't salaried employees. You understand that?
Yeah.
And they found that in the case if you're working an hourly rate full-time here in the United States of America, 39% say they can't even afford to live paycheck to paycheck anymore. That would be an improvement over their current financial situation. The dire circumstances that were revealed that said in the last 3 months, Big J, 44% of Americans that work hourly were hours have overdrawn their bank accounts in the last 3 months.
Oh, no, man.
38% of Americans have less than $300 in savings. 78% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings. Over a third, 34%, rely on multiple jobs to try to make ends meet. And then they're still resorting to extreme measures like having to sell personal items to make ends meet or whatever. Half of Americans felt like their financial health is currently out of control, and 78% believe they're not going to make it to the end of the year without overdrawing their bank account at least once. That's a problem.
It sucks.
Big J, you're our economic expert on the show. How do we fix it?
Stop buying stuff.
Oh, no. Like food and gas and that kind of thing?
I'm going to guess that some of those people maybe aren't using their money that they have the best way. But yeah, it's tough out there.
It's not easy, and it's not getting any better because one of the problems are incomes and employee salaries are not going up. Everything else is, and that's making everything else hard to afford anything, especially if you're working on, like, you know, a 40-hour-a-week job that pays you $20 an hour. It's still tough to get by in this day and age, especially if you're a single-income home or something of that capacity. It's really, really hard. So do the best you can, but Big J says stop buying nice things that you don't need. That'll fix it. Hey, Big J, the Pacers won Game 3 last night in the NBA Finals, 116-107. It's their first home game win in the finals in almost 25 years. Congratulations to the Pacers. They're doing what a lot of people didn't think they had. Everybody was thinking the Thunder were going to roll over them, and the Pacers are putting up a fight, Big J. You got to give credit where credit is due. Agree or disagree?
Absolutely. Make it a long series so it'll go to July.
Yeah, well, listen, Game 4 is in July, so we have about 2.5 weeks to wait before. No, I'm kidding. It's okay. It's this weekend.
Close enough.
It is stretching out a ridiculous amount before we get into anything fun or good or another game. The superhero, sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and action genres will take center stage at the 5th Annual Critics' Choice Super Awards, Big J. That's where they give credit to all the movies that you like to watch. Deadpool and Wolverine and the Thunderbolts are leading the film nominations with 6 nods each. Deadpool and Wolverine, of course, has got
last year, though.
Hugh Jackman or Ryan Reynolds. Well, that's how this works. It's a calendar year of awards. You know, it's the 2024 awards.
All right, that makes sense.
From February to February. Or no, it's from like June to June. And so that, of course, has Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman as the best actors in a superhero movie. Jennifer Gardner and Emma Corrin earned Best Actress nominations. The Thunderbolts cast also shines. David Harbour, Louis Pullman, Julie Louis-Dreyfus, Florence Pugh receiving acting nominations. Pullman up for Best Villain. On the TV side, The Last of Us leads with 6 nominations, including Best Superhero and Horror Series. Pedro Pascal nominated for his work in those categories alongside Bella Ramsey. The winners will be announced on August 7th. Big J, would Deadpool and Wolverine sweep for you?
Yeah, I think so.
Now, who do you give the Best Actor award to, considering Hugh and Ryan are both in the same category? Who did a better job?
I'll say this right now. I thought that Hugh Jackman, in particular for his monologue when they're in that Hyundai Odyssey, I thought he should have gotten a nomination. He was amazing in the serious parts when really deeping in the character. So I give it all to Hugh Jackman.
All right.
100%.
We'll see what happens when the awards are given out on August 7th. Morning After with Nick and Big J. We got your Pop Culture Smackdown. It's happening next on the X Rocks.
Pop Culture Smackdown. Right. On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
And here's your chance. Here's your chance to win some awesome tickets. Social Distortion coming to town Saturday, June 21st. We're going to get you into this show. It's going to be awesome. We get to do that for free. Plus, you're in the running for an opportunity to see the band in a pretty cool sound check before the whole show goes down. So you just need to beat Nick here in Pop Culture Smackdown today, and that could be easy or difficult depending on how Nick goes in the first question.
It's been pretty easy these last couple of days. Let's see if that trend continues. 208-287-1003. That is our phone number if you'd like this very cool, very exclusive prize. And go checking out a concert next Saturday on us. Of course, we wish you all the best of luck. Let's get ourselves a contestant. Hello, the X.
Hi,
Hi, who's this?
Kim.
All right, you're up first, Kim. Good luck.
Which cartoon character lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob.
There you go. SpongeBob's right. Nick, how many Mission Impossible movies are there?
Let me go through them. I know they stopped counting at 3, and then it went Ghost Protocol, Fallout. I think there's 8.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That's right. It would have been embarrassing had you missed that. Very embarrassing. All right. Kim, Tyrion Lannister, played by Peter Dinklage, drinks and knows things in what HBO Max TV series? Wheel of Time, The Sopranos, or Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones.
There you go. Nick, Dinklage played Dr. Bolivar Trask in the X-Men universe. He was responsible for creating the Sentinel program. Which X-Men movie did Dinklage appear in?
God. Was it Apocalypse?
It was not Apocalypse. The movie before that, X-Men Days of Future Past.
Got it. Days of Future Past. Right. Wonderful. Good job there, Kim. You got yourself tickets to go check out Social D next Saturday. You're also qualified to meet the band at their soundcheck party. Hang on 1 second. We will get all your information and make sure you're set to go for that. Morning After with Nick and Big J. Up next, we have a really big weekend here in the Treasure Valley, especially when it comes to the Alzheimer's Association. Learn about the longest day and a really cool event happening. It's all coming up next on the X Rocks. That is Rage Against the Machine. That is Testify here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Very big weekend here in the Treasure Valley. Lots of things going on, but there's some important things going on that you can help a wonderful aspect of our community here in the state of Idaho, as it's time for some longest day events that are happening this weekend, all benefiting the Alzheimer's Association of Greater Idaho. And it's an honor and privilege to welcome in Emma from the Alzheimer's Association, Kadi from Touchmark, who's going to be talking about a really cool event that's happening on Saturday. First of all, good morning, ladies. Thank you for coming in. We appreciate it.
Good morning.
Good morning. Kadi, let's start with you. We want to talk a little bit about this really big event that's happening on Saturday at the wonderful location. Give us all the details because it's a perfect Father's Day weekend kind of event.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm thrilled to invite everybody to our Father's Day car show this Saturday, June 14th, starting at 10 a.m. at Touchmark in Meridian. We're going to be hosting this to benefit the Alzheimer's Association, which obviously touches a lot of our residents and family members here at Touchmark.
Yeah, and the car show is something you guys have been hosting for a few years now, and it's a big deal. There's a lot of cool classic cars that roll out there, and people get pretty excited about it.
Absolutely. I think we're looking at least 150 cars, if
yeah.
not more, this year. So
Nice.
Wow.
yeah, it's a big event.
And so there's going to be baskets out there that people can, buy some raffle tickets for. And then you have a really cool lunch program that you do for everybody that's comes out there. And that's another way to raise some money, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. All the proceeds for our lunch are going to be going towards our Alzheimer's fundraiser, as well as we have some gift baskets donated by a bunch of the local companies that we've been working with, who are also taking a part in different sponsorship levels. So, I think there's different ways to donate, as well as through the Touchmark website too.
And we were talking a little bit beforehand here. You work in the memory care unit.
Yeah.
So you're one of my heroes because you're the kind of person that took care of my mom when she was in a memory care unit. Lost my mom in 2018. But that to me is like one of the most special jobs, because you are taking care of a lot of family members of their family who are, living with this disease and making the best way they can. So I appreciate you so much in the role that you do as a caregiver. It's just amazing.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's an honor to be able to serve the community in this way. And as we were talking before, it's really a form of soul food for me, because they give me probably a lot more than what I give them, although it might look differently. So
it's beautiful.
It is. It's important work that you do. And of course, everybody at Touchmark does. I mean, if people maybe aren't familiar exactly with what you guys do, you take care of wonderful people that are dealing with a lot of different things, and you are there to help them in every way that you possibly can. And if people are looking for this particular place on Saturday, what's the best place to find the location if they're looking for it?
We're at 4037 East Clock Tower Lane, right next to the St. Luke's and Meridian. There's a beautiful entrance to turn right off of Franklin Boulevard, so you can look us up online, or just, if you know the St. Luke's area, we're right next to it.
And if you need help, you can also look for the hundreds of beautiful classic cars that are going to be out there on Saturday as well. What time does the event start, Katie?
10 a.m.
Beautiful. And you're going to go out there, and I'm sure you're going to, there's lunch, like you said, and it all goes to help the Alzheimer's Association of Greater Idaho. And Emma, I know there's a lot of these particular, as the longest day kind of approaches, there's a lot of these events that are popping up that, just like Touchmark, that are doing some really important things, but it's really important, maybe now more than ever, to make sure we get as much funds as possible, because you are doing a lot of good with that money, right?
Yes, absolutely. So all funds that the Alzheimer's Association, raises kind of goes towards our three main pillars. We've got support for those affected by the disease, their families, their caregivers, really anyone. We have our advocacy, which is our bipartisan lawmakers, really supporting that policy and making meaningful changes. And then our fundraising, which we mentioned, we have the longest day, we have the Walk to End Alzheimer's, and all of that really just supports, prevention, treatment, and ultimately a cure.
Yeah, what's crazy right now is we're in an era of treatment, Nick. There is some treatment options out there. They are just a few, but they're becoming more and more. And that, to me, is one of the reasons why I feel like really pushing the gas pedal, because we can really have some even more amazing breakthroughs here with that, indeed. And Emma, appreciate you coming in and talking about that. And, the longest day, too, is still going on. You can go and sign up, and still there's a lot of opportunities if maybe you're personally touched by this. ALZ.org TLD is a great place to go, right,
Yep.
Emma? And there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do, whether from baking to like we have the gravel grinder as well, and then in this car show. So it's really cool.
Yeah, you can really do anything. There you have river rafting, pickleball, baking, walking, truly anything that you're passionate about and you can turn into a fundraiser, we can do, and we're here to help with that.
Yeah, Big J's what? You've cut off your beard, you've held concerts, you've done video game streams.
I think I'm going to do a motorcycle ride, just like personally riding, getting people to sponsor me to ride for some miles to raise a little bit of dollars.
That's the beauty of the longest day. There's a lot of different things, little things that you can do that make a big impact in the community that help out a lot, just like Touchmark and Kadi is doing on a much, much larger scale. Of course, it's all going down on Saturday. Is there a website, a place people could go on social media that makes it easier to find some information about this event, Kadi?
Yes, it's meridian.touchmark.com/2025 car-show.
There you go.
We'll share that event, by the way, in the morning after page.
Beautiful. So if you're looking for something to do this weekend for Father's Day, it's a wonderful way to do that, and then help out the Alzheimer's Association of Greater Idaho. So make sure you do that. Kadi, thank you for everything that you do. We appreciate it. Sounds like a fantastic event. Emma, thank you very much for coming in as well. We appreciate that.
Thank you,
pleasure.
guys.
Thanks, ladies.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. Another opportunity to qualify for the X's Rockstar remodel next on the X.
3. The X rocks.
2 days left to get qualified to get a part of the X's Rockstar remodel. We're going to do a grand prize drawing next week. We want your name in the hopper, but if you want to win that $9,000 grand prize, including $2,000 of which is going to be cold hard cash, the other $7,000 from some great Treasure Valley businesses that you can use to remodel your home, both the inside and the outside, the guts, the frame, the backyard, Big J, the fencing, the furniture, all of it can be helped courtesy of some great sponsors, including Tate's Rent. So if you want to get in on this action, you've got to guess that grunt. 208-287-1003. Going to play you a chunk of a song over the phone line. You have to identify the artist or the band that is performing that song. It's going to contain noises, grunts, screaming, something associated with home remodeling. And if you can nail down the band, you are officially qualified for the X's Rockstar remodel, which is a good thing to be, Big J. I think we can agree on that, can't we?
Yeah.
So if you want in on it, 208-287-1003. We'll give you a chance to get it. I think today's going to go pretty well. We'll see, though. Let's see how it goes. Hello, the X.
Hey,
Hi, good morning. Who's this?
this is Christine.
All right, Christine, going to play a song down the phone line for you. You got to give us the band or the artist. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here it comes. Christine, who is that?
Can you play it one more time? Sorry.
No, it'd be a privilege. Here it comes. Big J singing along with it. Who is it, Christine?
Is it Amity Affliction?
It is not Amity Affliction, no. But thank you for giving it an opportunity. We appreciate it.
It's a deep cut right
Not
there.
Amity Affliction. Not yet. That could be tomorrow's. Hello, the X. Good morning.
Hi.
Hi, man. We're going to play a song down the phone line. You got to give us the artist or the band. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Great. What do you got there, sir?
That's Breaking Benjamin.
It 100% is Breaking Benjamin. Well done. What's your name?
Weston.
Weston, congratulations. You're officially qualified for the X's Rockstar remodel. Great job. Hang on 1 second. We'll get you some information that you need in order to do that, and you'll have one more chance to qualify for it with the final Guess That Grunt happening tomorrow morning right around this time. Morning After with Nick and Big J. Bad Impressions next on the X.
So far, I'm not impressed.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Yeah, big morning after prize here. We're going to hook you up with a pair of tickets to go see Social Distortion. That show happening Saturday the 21st at the Revolution Concert House and Event Center. You'll also be qualified for an opportunity to hang out and sound check with the band beforehand. And then Load Remastered is happening. Metallica's remastered their Load album and celebrating that anniversary by putting out a really cool package that includes 2 vinyl records. You've got 3 CDs, a cassette tape. It's a grand prize that will get somebody who gets qualified for this, and you'll get a digital code of the remastered here. That comes out Friday. All this could be yours if you can figure out the clues for Bad Impressions.
Our phone number is 208-287-1003. That's the number you want to call right now if you'd like to play Bad Impressions, which works like this. Big J will throw 3 clues your way. They all will revolve around somebody pretty famous. If you can figure out who that famous person is in 3 clues or less, Social D tickets become yours. That digital download for Reload Remaster or Load Remastered becomes yours. You also get qualified for the Metallica Grand Prize and a chance to meet Social D at the soundcheck party. So, pretty big things up for grabs. 208-287-1003 if you'd like to play. Big J, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go to the phones. Hello, the X.
How's it going?
Good, man. What's your name?
Matt.
All right, you're up first, Matt. Good luck.
Playing Thad Castle on Blue Mountain State put me on the map.
Next one, please.
I got a little taste of the comic book life as Hank Hall in DC's Titans.
One more, please.
I'm not the full size. I'm sorry, let me start over. I'm the full size version of Jack Reacher on Amazon Prime, not the puny Tom Cruise version in the movies.
Is it Alan Ritchson?
Yeah.
Nicely done. Good work, my man. Hang on 1 second. We'll get you that Metallica download. We'll get you a chance to go see Social D as well. Hang on 1 second. Why is Alan Rickman in the news?
Alan Ritchson posted on his Instagram here this morning a nice clue. Well, I mean, he threw a clue out yesterday, but we now know what the fourth season of Reacher is going to be based off of, Nick, and that book is Gone Tomorrow.
Remind me of that plot.
So that plot involves Reacher witnessing an attack on the subway in New York that involved a vest bomb that goes off, and he gets involved in the whole investigation. It's a pretty damn good book. I think it's the 13th book of his novel.
So Reacher in the big city for this one.
Yes,
is how it's going to go. And you did not enjoy the third season, correct? Or didn't like it as much as the others?
I didn't like some of the choices. It wouldn't really follow the book as much as I thought that it should have, but it was still better than most TV series out there. So.
It is out there now. There are 3. It's hard. I mean, it's crazy to me how like sometimes it feels like there are shows that just take forever, and like Reacher's just spitting out seasons all the time, and it's strange how that stuff works sometimes. Like you would think it would take a little bit longer to put together something like that, but you know that'll be as many seasons as Stranger Things has, and they're probably filming it right now.
Plus, they were in the middle of filming the spinoff for Neely, so that's happening, and this is going to be I think not until 2027 maybe.
Oh, really? A full year and a half?
I think it might take a little bit longer because of that other show.
That's what I get for saying it takes. It
Sorry,
comes out quick. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your bad impressions. We wrap up the show here next on the X Rock. And it's Green Day and One-Eyed Bastard wrapping up the old Morning After with Nick and Big J on this Thursday. If I may, I'd like to say a special thank you to both Katie and Emma for popping by, talking about a really big event happening this Saturday at Touchmark in Meridian. You have an opportunity to check out a really cool car show and help out the Alzheimer's Association of Greater Idaho. Certainly a thing that you should be thinking about around this time of year, all the time of year, really, to be perfectly honest. But it is the longest day of the month, is the big June fundraising month for them, and it's a really great opportunity for you to check out some great cars and give a little bit back, and maybe have a great Father's Day with your dad or Father's Day weekend event anyway. We also had a chance to get somebody qualified for the X's Rockstar remodel. One more chance coming your way tomorrow, and we talked about French fries, and we talked about Yellowstone Park. So a pretty eventful Thursday, Big J. That leaves you with the floor, sir.
Yeah, Nick, I get into this situation a few times, and if those of you who are joining us haven't been around, listened to Morning After for years and years, you know, we have been doing this for 18 years. We've interviewed hundreds of celebrities and actors and actresses.
Yeah, so probably thousands.
I want to wish a happy birthday to what I think is a former guest of the Morning After.
Oh, no.
Jason Mewes.
Yes, Jason Mewes is a former guest of the Morning After.
Yes.
You weren't sure?
Because I'm like, I'm pretty sure we did, but it's, you know, I mean, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
I've forgotten quite a few. So
Jason Mewes is on the show once. Kevin Smith on the show 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
In the years. So we're certainly part of the View Askew universe, at least tangentially anyway, not necessarily directly. But we will wish Jason Mewes a happy birthday. Big J, your favorite? I'm just going to say Kevin Smith movie because that's what Jason Mewes is in.
You know what? It's Mallrats.
All right. Why are you disappointed in that?
I don't know. I mean, you know, a lot of people, I don't hear that from a lot of people.
I love Mallrats.
So
I think it's a fantastic film. So I don't blame you one bit. Enjoy the hell out of that movie, Big J.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for us. Jason Drew is coming in next. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. It's the X Rocks.
If you're